All right, ladies and gents, it's been a long time since I've recorded something, but I have to say I'm really frustrated with this GoPro. I might have to change my operating system, if you will. I hate how I hate how quickly these batteries die in this thing. And since my last video, whatever it's been, like a month, I've recorded like hours of footage working on these fender flares. And I went to download it onto a computer. I had 2 videos that uploaded. And I messed around, tried to download through GoPro Quick, their app, the app that's on the phone, and downloading through that, and that didn't work. Then I finally Googled and it said, well, you can try to fix the SD card. Well, then I thought it fixed, and then it showed all my files, and then when I went to click on any of them, it wouldn't play. And then all of a sudden, after doing that twice, it said that I needed to format the disk. I went to put the SD card back in the GoPro. It's all lost. So I thought I'd get back out here and at least give a summary of what I've done over, I think it's been a month since I last posted. So I'll just kind of walk through some of the things that I've done on the car and just kind of give you an update that way. All right, so I got so frustrated with all this camera not uploading footage. So I just had to take a break, take the dogs for a walk. I did a long bike ride. I'm training for a race. So did a long kind of road / gravel ride and just got cleaned up for the night. And I thought I'd come back out in the garage. We're finally getting some heat here in Minnesota, but I kept the garage door shut, so it's still at least a little bit cool there. But I'm trying to remember what I showed last for some of this stuff. So I'll just record some stuff in case I don't have any footage on it. So you can see how quick these caicos all pop off. And voila, fender's off. Back to the Mustang again, to the Werewolf. So, like I was saying in one of our previous videos, figuring out what I want to do here, and just with this inner fender, how it's all cut and tried to fold it up, and then you end up with these big gaps. I think I'm better off just starting with a fresh sheet of metal. So I went around here on this inner fender and put a piece of tape all the way around here. And that's where I'm going to cut it. So I'm going to cut right off, get past all my little fingers here. Kind of what I'm thinking is I'll do a piece of metal here and I'll actually overlap it, spot weld it on, seam seal it and everything here. And then kind of do the same thing out at the outer fender lip, the outer edge of it once I get that all in place. But I'm going to cut this out of here and then I'm going to go back to my arts and crafts with paper and work on making this inner fender. Well, I dug in, I wrapped my piece of tape around there, try to get it as straight as possible by kind of eyeballing it, laying it on the floor. And I just took my little chop saw here and I started at the back here and kind of eked my way away just a little bit at a time. And just cut all the way around there. So everything that's kind of been split and tried to bend out is out of the way now. So I think this is what they call a whole new can of worms. But you can see there, a lot of daylight there. Kind of going from the trunk side here in the hatch. Yeah. Look at that. boys and girls. Can wave at myself from outside the car. There's a nice gap all the way around there. Let's see if we can get in from this side here. But yeah, whole lot of daylight. Got a little ways to go now. But I like to call this progress, I guess. Then of course this kind of scared me a little, but you got the rocker panel right here. And I basically cut off about probably a good 2.5 inches of that. So got all that cut out of there and removed all the undercoating and stuff there. So this is some of that good old rubberized undercoating that they spray on cars up north here. So I got a lot of patching to do here, and then I did make some templates. So I made some paper templates to basically mimic what these inner fenders will do. So it's kind of hard to hold up with one hand, but kind of gives you an idea of what I got going on here. So I got some inner fenders made here. Use a little bit of English wheel on them. You're gonna get some curve and stuff there. And I think I have it all fitting pretty good. So basically the objective of this guy is to fit up in here. It looks like I got too much curve in there now. But this will line up with this inner fender. Looks like I got a little more work to do to get that finessed a little more, but I was doing this before with that fender flare mounted to the car. So maybe I'll pop that back on and kind of show what I got there. So I got a rear half and then a forward half that'll fit in here. I'll try to show this the best that I can with one hand. So like I said, I got this piece made up to go on my inner fender here. So it's made to go up in the inner fender there, so it'll go up against that inner fender there and then get welded on to the outer fender out here closer to the lip. So that kind of gives you an idea of what I got there. I think it's fitting pretty good with where it's at. It needs a little more tweaking, but I think all in all it's in sitting pretty decent. So I finally got around to the driver's side, and this is where I lost a lot of footage because I got all my tools set up here. I got my shrinker stretcher, and I got stretcher jaws in there because this machine works so much nicer than the shrinker stretcher, where it's got the shrinker on one side and the stretcher on the other. So a lot of this is stretching here, so I use that mostly and just tried to work my way across. Well, when I made my first template, it fit really nice up on this front side, and then as I got to the back side, it actually had a spot where it kind of bowed out away from the fender here way more than I liked. So I ended up taking this, folding that flange back down, which caused it to stretch the steel right in this area. So as I got this all straightened out, I actually took the shrinker and I shrunk all this back down, all through this area, all the way up through the flange here. So you can see a lot of tooth marks there. So I have it sitting pretty good now. I did take it to the English wheel afterwards. I bent the flange back up on there. So as you can see, it's sitting pretty nicely against the body now. Anything else that needs to be done, it could just be a matter of manipulating the edge of this flange and body working that in. So I got this whole top piece done, and I could tell before when this was bowed out it actually had more of a corner here too. So instead of having a nice arch like this, it was actually kind of arched up like that, like a sharper arch before. So I'm pretty happy to say I got all that straightened out, and I feel like I have the shape of this Fender pretty dialed in to where I want it. Then I learned from the other side, I think I didn't, where I had the transition between the two pieces, I don't know if I bent it enough, so I'll have to body work that a little more on the other side. This side, I tried to take these ends and bend them as much as I could. So what I think I'm gonna do now is take some machinist dye and spray it on the inside here where the edge is, and then I'm gonna cut off material from this upper piece and make this lower piece fit into the upper piece, and then do that on both sides. This one doesn't overlap quite as much, but I feel pretty good about where that's at right now. So that's kind of my update for now, is I'm going to work on getting this fender all done. So next thing I'm going to do is trim those up, tack those three pieces together, and then probably trim back this edge of the fender because it's past the squirrel cage there, as I've been calling it, and get that trimmed back past the squirrel cage, and then start working on this flange, and then cut all this stuff out and do that inner fender and that sort of thing. Yeah, you can see on this side just how much material is back here behind this fender flare. So that's how much of that rocker I cut off, and I basically cut all this stuff out, cut this inner fender out on the other side, and I'm gonna replace that. This side I do have a little bit too much gap right here, but I think that's something that I'll be able to handle once I'm getting it all filled in and welded in, because it'll get kind of sucked in after I trim the body out and kind of offset that in there, that, I don't know, 60 thousandths of an inch or however thick this 18 gauge steel is. So that'll help clear up some of that. Otherwise I can just use some more steel and kind of fill that in as I need to. But feeling pretty good about where that's at. So getting this fender on its way. Then I think I'm going to use these squirrel cages on the front and use those to kind of mock up what I'm going to do for the front fenders. As you can see here, this guy is looking pretty good. Then I'll just work on and figure out how I'm going to like cap off that rocker panel and get that inner fender welded in so it mates up with the outer fender. A friend of mine did talk to me about panel bond, but I just don't know how I can get a good grip on things under there, or hold things up and hold things in place for that panel bond to really do what it needs to do. So I'll probably use a lot of weldable primer, weld through primer, then get all that in there, seam seal everything and all that good stuff. Once I get that inner fender tacked in place, get this outer fender all burned in. But I think that's going to be my update for now. So like I said, lost a bunch of footage. Just wanted to get you guys a summary of what I've done in the last few weeks here. It's been kind of slow going, but I've kind of got a new fire lit under me where I really want to get this done, get this stuff in place, work on those front fenders too. I do have the original fenders sitting right there yet, but I'll most likely end up using those, especially since these, like this one, it's a pretty rotten fender, so I'm not going to use that. Then we'll go from there. Well, you can see all my templates and everything. There's some laying up here, some laying there, but a lot of cutting and trimming and fitting and trying and piecing things together to get this werewolf to be a single pieced puzzle.